is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to another, my podcast, but just Tasha C, I was about to say Tasha C, so that's my YouTube name. Don't forget that, y'all. But the Tasha C Show. Shout out to my YouTube and podcast fam, virtual hugs and love, bam, bam, and good vibes, prosperity, all that stuff. And shout out to my future YouTube podcast and YouTube fam. Shout out to y'all, hugs and loves, bam, bam. Sorry, y'all, it is 4:22 in the morning. It is May 16, 2020. So, if I sound like one place, like I said, y'all, I've been dealing again. I have periods where I have insomnia. So, during the night. So, it's like my sleeping pattern is weird. And especially it's easier now considering, we're still quarantined. And even after when things really start opening up here, which I'm in Michigan, y'all, I don't think I'm going to, of course I can't be jumping. I got both bronchitis. Okay, you know what? Let me stop talking. So, I decided to go ahead this morning and do my podcast instead of waiting till later on today. Now, I may just have like a short one. It just talks about, it's supposed to be like a graduation special, but have it just talk about quickly. Because if y'all have been listening to me, and I appreciate it if y'all have that much time to listen, or like consistently, whether it's been a couple days, a month, whatever. If y'all notice, like if y'all knew that I've been kind of doing the year thing of trying to like upload something every day for about a year, but it's my bonus podcast. That was originally what it was. Not my bonus podcast, but sometimes I use podcasts or just video. And recently, for a couple months now, I've been doing just nothing. Really, almost majority of the year so far, I've been doing nothing but just, a little bit in the last year too. Haven't been doing nothing more, so just been podcast. And originally, y'all, this Our King's Quicks Next Door, which is one that was posted just last for a month. I decided, of course, where, deals with different, like, Black history, past, present, futures, and just, so anything from, things that happen, events coming up, movies, something, just information, anybody, birthdays and all, or, they're going to go on to glory. So anyway, in this case, today, I don't know what I'm going to put in the thumbnail, because I definitely want to make one today, because since May the 16th is the birthday of my Smurfette, or always says my sister, one of my older sisters, Trina. And, oh yeah, let me do a little of this. So, it is her birthday and so forth. So, happy birthday, my Smurfette, Trina. Also, I also remember this. Now, I always remembered it's also Miss Janet Jackson's birthday as well. And I didn't know till yesterday I was looking up. Of course, there's other people's birthday. But one of the people I didn't know was the original singer of New Edition, Ralph Tresvant. So I'm going to be looking through Wikipedia for him as well, as far as reading his information. So I always be like, oh, it's Trina, Miss Trina, if you're nasty, from, Nasty Boy song, Janet Jackson. Look that up, y'all. So, this is dedicated basically to our birthday. Okay, as we all know, just before I go into the other two people's birthday, that I'm just going to say, like I said, my sister, of course, I always call her Smurfette because she's actually the shortest out of all of us. She's a Taurus, if you realize that. And that's why I'm debating, or should I make my thumbnail my sister? One of my sisters, Smurfette, or should I make it to Janet Jackson, because that was originally a choice, or Ralph Tresvant, or just leave it my usual, the three colors of, pump your fists up. I don't know. Or myself. I don't know. I'll think about it later on, Because, if I put my sister up, she doesn't have it anymore, but she did have a Facebook page for years and page, so it's not like, say, she was not on the internet or anything, so it wouldn't be like me putting her on there without her permission or anything like that, because she has been on there before, so, I don't know, I may think about doing that, because it's not, if it was just Janet Jackson's birthday and not my sister Trina's birthday, then I would, put her on there, even with Ralph Tresvant, I always get his name mixed up. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start to talk about the birthday, and like I said, I was missing a show yesterday, y'all. I tried the second time I did it, and y'all got plenty of shows to listen to. But I didn't do a show yesterday neither. I didn't do a video yesterday neither. I just had one of those times like, hey, I made over 200 stuff videos slash podcasts. I mean, yeah, I think I made a lot of podcasts too. So yeah, at least 100 or more. So which I had to delete off some of them off of speaker recently because it's went past the storage, y'all. Unless I upgrade that plan, which I'm not. Here we are. But anyway, so sorry that I'm ranting, but also too, I was going to ask. I found someone else, that a YouTuber I've been following. Would think I found James Colwell since 2016, 2015, something around that time. And he also, like I said, he can sew. He is serious. I mean, like I said, if he, I'm just saying he's that good with with the sewing and stuff. Okay, he's also, and I'm going to be putting up his because I seen on Instagram, which I follow him. I think on because sometimes he's also, like I said, he does the director, but both his Instagrams is Merlin Trezor. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. But anyways, he has like 4 different masks, and they're like awesome. Like as far as I got one like bedazzled, I bedazzled, the rhinestone bandana, a type of mask, and 4 other masks. So if you're looking for like one that's like a designer one as well, and like I said, the prices I think like $20-$30, but it's like really worth it because it's like designer and one of a kind. Like I said, or China Renee, or like I said, also where I was thinking about the lady self-esteem queen, and also about Shirley the Beauty the Streets as far as like helping people through non-profit organizations. Also look at those websites as well. So I'm going to be adding in to remember that James Carwell as well. He also has, I forgot it was a logo or something like that. So, and then if you go to YouTube channel, of course, you can, look for merchandise there and watch his channel, subscribe, you'll find something there you might like if, if you're interested. But I've realized he's wearing masks as well. So y'all want one of a kind. And also I'm bringing this up, y'all, because when I went to go use my $5 killer bucks, which I realize now, y'all, if I can, I'm just going to get my medicines that I realized delivered. Since I got that option right now as long as I can, because when I just went to get my $5, y'all, why does somebody come in close range, like 8 feet, to ask me, even though they had a mask on as well, where I get my mask from? And but it's just like, okay, it's social I didn't panic or anything or explain that I got it from eBay. So if you want to stand out, y'all, with a special designer mask, I have 2 people who create masks and different designs. And if for your liking, if you have the coins, you feel like it, you like both designs from both people I just mentioned, that you can go ahead, creator of the mask, and go ahead and support both. So anyway, but yeah, y'all, so if y'all want to stand out and, ask like, oh, where you get that mask from, y'all? We got to that point, y'all. Whoever knew that would be like, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, where do you get your mask from? So anyways, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, give buses to my swear bit. Of course, when I start recording, I'm yawning. But anyway, like I said, let's get started, and we'll get on to Jan Jackson, or Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Okay. Alright, y'all, let's get started. Janet Jackson's senior dancer producer. This was actually just updated on February 11, 2020. The original date was January 18, 2018. Janet Jackson, the youngest singer in the musical family Jackson family, is one of the best-selling artists in musical history. Her roles includes Control, William Nation, 1814, The Velvet Rope, and Unbreakable. Who is Janet Jackson? Born May 16, 1966 in Gary, Indiana, Janet is an award-winning recording artist and actress who's the youngest child of Jackson family musicians. She's best known for singles like Nasty, or Miss Jackson to be nasty, Love Will Never Do Without You, That's the Way Love Goes, Together Again, All For You. Janet is ranked as one of the best-selling artists in contemporary music, having released an array of multi-platinum albums like Control, Rhythm Nation, 1884, and Janet in collaboration Jeannie Jam and Terry Lewis. In 2015, she reunited with the 2 producers for Breakable, which became her 7th #1 album. Come to think about it, I watched that album. Okay, they were showing like an old photo of Janet Jackson and her family when she was younger. Okay, famous family. Singer-songwriter and actress Janet Jackson was born May 16, 1966 in Gary, Indiana. The youngest of 9 children born to Catherine Esther and Joseph Walker Jackson. She grew up in the influence of a show business family. Her 5 brothers, Jackie, Tito, Marlon, Jermaine, and Michael, signed a contract with Motown Records in 1968 and would go on to rule the charts as the Jackson 5, which such as I Want You Back, The Love You Say, ABC, and Dancing Machine. Now, I know that y'all, this is interesting, you know, how to highlight sometimes other people that might be in the Big Rock V website. Now, they got Catherine, the mother Catherine, Joseph Jackson, you know, so he's been passed away. Of course, Michael got rid, so he's passed away, what about 11 or 12 years, 11 or 10 years ago, something like that? Now, they got a highlight to go to Jermaine Jackson Michael, but the other brothers, Jackie and Tito Marlin, they ain't got no link to them. Okay, let me continue. In late 1969, Jackson took her daughters Rebe, LaToya as well as youngest, and Randy to join her husband in Los Angeles, where they moved further to the band's career. Now they got a link, y'all. This is interesting. They got a link to Rebe, no link to Toya, and Randy, but no link to Toya. Okay, let me continue. Marlon's twin brother Brandon died within 24 hours of the twins' premature birth in 1950. Oh, I didn't know that Marlon was actually a twin. Okay. The Jackson twins was raised in Jehovah's Witness faith, as Catherine Jackson had been baptized as a witness in the 1960s. LaToya famous chronicled her mother's childhood, including charges of physical... Wow, okay, y'all, I didn't know it was all this, because this is supposed to be about... Okay, you know what? Gotta continue. Including the charges of physical and sexual abuse by Father Joseph in her tell-all autobiography. But Jen and her other siblings dispute LaToya's account. The tensions within the family certainly increased on account of Michael's eventual emergence as a solo artist and superstar. Early career. Janet Jackson first appeared on stage in April 1974, singing during the pressures alongside brother Randy in the Jackson's Family Las Vegas act. In 1976, she appeared on the Jacksons' A Summer Replacements television show. Her performance earned her the attention of a producer who hired her to play Penny, a regular on the TV comedy series Good Time from 1970 to 1979. Now, y'all, that, even though that was short, you know, like, even though not everybody made Good Times, one of the main characters that stood out was, of course, Penny, Janet Jackson's character, as Penny was this child and basically ended up being saved. I forgot, God rest her soul. I can't even get her name correctly, who ends up being, you know, saved with a adopted mother who loved her, to save her from Chip Fields, which also is slept on, which is Kim and Alex Fields' mother. Well, Alex Fields, well, you know, that's both their middle names is Fields, but Chip played for temporarily a mother who abused her child, you know. She continued her TV work in short-lived New Kind of Family in 1979, the sitcom Different Show 1984 to 85, the teen drama Fame 1985, based on New York City Performance Arts High School. Jackson attended public school in Echo, California for some time before switching to Valley Professional School, from which she graduated in 1984. During her time on Fame, she was able to break away from her family supervision while on location in New York. In September 1984, she eloped with James DeBarge, a musician from the group DeBarge. Now, they ain't got no links to the DeBarge family either, even though, okay, let me continue, also on the Motown label. Jackson family disapproved of DeBarge, and the marriage was brief, and she applied for annulment in 1985, which was granted the following November. Albums and songs. Janet Jackson, with the guidance of her brother Michael, she released her debut of Janet Jackson in 1982. The album reached number 84 in the pop charts, including 3 including Young Love, Give Your Love to Me. The subtitle sold about 250,000 copies, as did her follow Dream City, which featured contributions from her brothers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Besides, like, hearing about it, I honestly don't know or don't recall hearing any songs from her first 2 actual albums. Control. Jackson scored her first major success in 1986 with Control, released on the A&M label. Control, produced by the writing producer team of Jimmy James Harris III, and Terry Lewis, sold 8 million copies worldwide, featuring number 1 single, When I Think of You, as well as the top 5 title track, What Have You Done For Me Lately. Now, y'all, I'm surprised they don't have a link to Jimmy Jams or Terry Lewis, considered they like I said, just even work with Janet Jackson alone. They're no joke as far as producers and everything. Nominated for 3 Grammy Awards and 9 American Music Awards, and won 2 of the latter. Jackson's new short style, stage presence, and dance ability were all showcased in the videos, but choreographed by Paula Abdul. Oh, you learn something new every day. They ain't got a link to Paula Abdul either. Well, okay. Combined to make her a star. Ribbon Nation. Her next album, Janet Jackson Ribbon Nation 1814, a title petition referring to the year the American National Anthem was written, was a socially conscious outing, also produced and co-written by Jam and Lewis. The album spawned a number of hit singles, including the top charters Miss You Much, Escapade, Black Cat, written by Jackson herself. Black Cat is like, it's kind of has a rock and roll thing in the background, kind of like rock and roll kind of influence on it and stuff. And again, sold around 8 million copies. William Nation won 3 American Music Awards and made Jackson the first artist to have seen top 5 hits from a single album. Jackson embarked on her first tour in the spring of 1990. Janet and Again. Jackson's contract with Virgin Records signed in 1991 was at the time the largest recording contract in history at $32 million. Jackson reportedly held off signing his so-called $1 billion contract until Janet signed so as not to steal her publicity. In the summer of 1993, Jackson unveiled her 5th album titled Janet, and also had her first leading role in the drama Poetic Justice starring rapper Tupac Shakur. Now, I notice they got a highlight Tupac Shakur. Okay, y'all. The film was directed by John Singleton, who have received 2 Oscar nominations for writing and directing his debut feature, Boys in the Hood. Now, they got a link over to Soul, both of them, including John Singleton. Okay. The film received disappointing reviews, but Jackson received an Oscar nomination for the number 1 song again, which she performed on the soundtrack. I'm kind of would consider y'all Poetic Justice, like, even if it wasn't like the typical award-driven out film, would y'all consider that like a cult, that's a cult classic, but like a classic, even though it wasn't like that? Because, I mean, there's a song, Kendrick Martin had the song named Poetic Justice, for crying out loud. Wale, who's an underrated rapper, has a song that, it was kind of influenced in the scene in the barbershop. So it stood out, The Sensual Janet, another Jam and Lewis collaboration. Sold more than 6 million copies, features That the Way Love Goes, If, Anytime, Any Place. The latter became Jackson's 14th gold single, tying her time with Aretha Franklin, God rest her soul, as the female soul singer in the most gold singles. Okay, they do got a link to Aretha Franklin. Okay. In addition, That's the Way That Love Goes earned a Grammy for Best Rhythm and Blues Song. Jackson released a song with Brother Michael called Scream in 1995. The comedy clip cost $7 million to produce, making the most expensive video ever made. It went on to win a Grammy for Best Short Form Video. The same year, Jackson released a compilation album, Design of a Decade, containing a Lou Ole to Travel Runaway as a top hit. I remember I had that album just like, I think the one with Janet. The one when she has the famous with her husband at that time had her, her upper coat. I even seen her in concert, even though it was way, way, way yonder for that was my first concert. No, I could see it from TV screen. That's what I seen around then. Okay, Velvet Rope. Jackson's full-length studio release, The Edgy Velvet in 1970, brought her to suggest a new whole level, generates impressive buzz with lyrics about open sexuality, online and alienation, childhood pain, loss, oppression, and belonging. But the album didn't reach the sell records of previous blockbusters, although it did offer a number 1 track dedicated a tribute to those who passed away from AIDS, as well as Got to His Goal, which featured Joe Mitchell sample and earned Jackson another music video Grammy. I'm surprised they also didn't include I Get So Lonely. That's a classic right there. On a more personal note, Jackson made headlines when it was revealed that she had a secret related to her manager and little-time boyfriend, Renee Esmeralda, for 8 years. Jackson announced the separation in 1999, but the fact of their marriage, which the Jacksons and LaToya Rebbie had earlier alleged to the press, became public when also filed for divorce in May of 2000. All for You. Jackson continued her acting career with the opposite role of Eddie Murphy, and that's highlighted by Buster comedy The Nutty Professor 2, 2000. She also scored another pop number hit in the bouncy soundtrack Doesn't Really Matter. A year later, she released the hit album All For You, which like developing role was more sexually explicit than early releases. The success of All For You and her subsequent world tour, along with the report of 80 million recording to a Virgin, put Jackson square back on top of the pop world. Super Bowl halftime show. Ooh, Lord, here we go. Jackson's star continued to rise until an incident at the Super Bowl halftime in 2004 caught a slight falter. During a live performance, Justin Timberlake, Jackson's right breast was exposed during a costume rule where both parties said it was an accident. The robot malfunction caused an uproar among both fans and the Federal Communications Commission. Jackson quickly failed to appear at the Grammy Awards and dropped out of a television where she was to play Lena Horne at Elder Adder's request. Wow. I didn't know all that, but did y'all remember that scene? I did actually watch, because 9 times out of 10 for the past several years, I usually watch the halftime show if I'm going to watch the Super Bowl, more so. For that, I did see actually when that occurred, and I know they looked at shot. As soon as Justin Timberlake does that part of everything about this song, she really is looking like, what the heck, and actually, that's where they talk about boob gave it started. But it really was sad about how much she took as far as like career and took like the thing. But even though it was accident, he the one who pulled it off, but she was the one that was scrutinized for several years. And even to the point that some people may still feel that way about her. And there are people who done worse and said and done much worse than that. And then she was the only one that was like blamed for that. Okay, but let me continue. In 2017, it was announced that Timberlake would perform the Super Bowl LXX in February 2008. The hashtag #JusticeForJanet emerged on social media, with many called for Timberlake publicly apologized to Jackson and infamous wardrobe man for 2014, because he never did. Addressing the controversy and injury, Timberlake said he had patched things up with Janet over a lingering resentment from the incident. Well, we sure didn't know about it. Music and movies and brother's death. Demia Jones of Discipline. Janet preversed both her music and screen career. In 2000, Demia Jones often collaborated with Kanye West and Jay-Z. Okay, they got links to them. Followed by 20 Yo-Yo in 2006, which featured Nelly on Call On Me. Then in 2008, Jackson released the number one album, Discipline, well received after the feature feedback, and actually this on Call for Diversity on the Dance Floor. Collaborations with Tyler Perry. Around the time Jackson was jumping back into the film work as a part of the ensemble cast for Why Did I Get Married? I liked the first movie, by the way, directed by Tyler Perry, and I got linked to him. The movie was a hit that yielded from a 2011 sequel, and Jackson also worked with Perry for Hello Girls, a 2010 adaptation of laudably work by Noza Charlotte. Oh, get her name wrong, confuse me, y'all, for mispronouncing. But I ain't got a link to her, and she's okay. Never mind. Jackson and her family faced immense tragedy when Michael underwent cardiac arrest and passed away June 25, 2009. Jackson spoke with mourners at the BET Awards days after his death, with later reports swirling around a family comment involving Michael's estate and children. Book Marriage and Son. In 2011, Jackson released the book True You, a journey of finding and loving yourself that dealt with the candid ideas around body image and struggle with weight. Co-written by journalist David Ritz, the book became a number one New York Times bestseller. After having dated producer Jermaine Dupri for some time, Jackson later went on quasi-billionaire Wellsam Armada in 2012. News outlets began reporting in 2013 that the couple had wed the previous year. According to the statement the couple made to Entertainment Tonight, their wedding ceremony was quiet, properly and beauty ceremony. In May 2016, wow, talk about a birthday month. The news broke that Jackson was pregnant with her first child. The news came 2 weeks before her 50th birthday. Jackson gave birth to a son, Elsa's Manana, on January 3rd, 2017. In April 2017, it was reported that Jackson was split from El Mania. More albums and more performances. Unbreakable. Shortly after dropping a new single 2015, Laid Back No Sleep, Jackson embarked on a world tour. In fall, she released the 11th studio effort Unbreakable, which united her producers Jam and Lewis. Independently released on her own label, Rhythm Nation, Unbreakable became Janet's 7th and number one album, making her just one of 3 pop artists, along with Barbra Streisand and Bruce Springsteen, to have child pop artists every decade dating back to the end of the 1980s. Jackson reunited in the spotlight in 2017 with her induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That year, she enjoyed a 4-month residency at the Park MGM Hotel and Casino Las Vegas, and reissued Reunation to celebrate its 30th year anniversary. In February 2020, Jackson announced that she was heading again out on tour that summer to the Port Uncooked studio at a Black Diamond. And that's it with that. But we all know that would have to be postponed due to Rona and stuff, y'all. But yeah, Janet Jackson is no joke. She is multi-talented and stuff. You have to give her that. Oh, and we'll see more to come. I wonder when is her Black album coming out now? Due to the fact we have to wait due to quarantine and all this other stuff going on now with Rona and all the other stuff. Okay, now we're going on to Ralph Tresvant. Okay, I'm mispronouncing his name. Ralph Edward Tresvant was born May 16, 1968. He is an American singer-songwriter and record producer. Was known for the lead singer R&B group New Edition. And soloist Tresvant released the album Ralph Tresvant in 1990. In 2008, began touring with Bobby Brown and Johnny Deere in a new group called Head of State. I'm kind of warning then, y'all. I thought there was 2 New Editions just using the name different, but if they're Head of State, I wonder what are the songs that they actually sing. Okay, continue. Okay. Hopefully it's not as long. I'm not going to, go over everything. Oh, I didn't know he was in a couple movies. Okay, discography. Okay. Alright. Early life. And also, y'all, just to let you know, I must confess, I have not watched the New Edition BET, even though I heard it was good. Their New Edition miniseries. I have not watched the bottom story. Yeah, y'all, it isn't because I don't want to watch it. It's because I don't think it's good. It's just I just haven't watched it. But I got plenty of time now. But anyway, early life. Tresvant was born May 16, 1916 in the Roxbury section of Boston, Massachusetts, the son of Patricia Tresvant and Ralph Hall. Tresvant grew up enjoying music with his younger siblings, his sister Latanya. Oh, that's same as my sister, and brother Andre. When some junior high student friends school friends got the idea to put a group together, Tresvant and 3 others. Okay, what is it? Bobby Brown, Ricky, Mike. I'm sorry, I couldn't avoid it. Bobby Brown, Ricky Bell, and Michael Vivian started performing local talent shows. They were started by a local up-and-coming producer and songwriter, Brooke Payne, a local manager and choreographer who counted the boys at a local talent show, Roxbury. At auction for Payne, he gave them the name New Edition to signify that they were new addition to the Jackson 5. Marie Starr wanted to create a newer edition of the pop act Jackson 5 and signed him to his independent streetwise record labels. And a 5th member, Ronnie DeVoe, Payne's nephew, was added to the group. Oh, okay, learn something every day. Releasing their new album, Candy Girl, in 1983, the album was a successful launching pad for the group, spawning teen-oriented singles Popcorn on Is This the End as the title track. At the dispute, this is a career prior dispute among New Edition left Starr's management and record label signed to a major label in CA Records, which released the group's self-titled album. Travis' smooth but approachable style became a signature for the group, and it continued. And his continued top 5, especially "Cool It Now." Quiet and shy, Trevor was intentionally apprehensive about the idea of recording a solo project. Travis felt as if the members of the group were not showing him announcement that he thought he deserved. However, wishing the new success of Bobby Brown's solo albums and of Ronnie's, Ricky Bell's, and Rocky Beatles to build the both side project, Travis eventually relented. His self-titled debut was released in 1990. The lead single, Sensitivity, spent 20 years on the U.S. R&B singles charts, including 2 weeks of number 1. The album also including top picks was What I Gotta Do and Stone Cold Gentleman, the latter of which features guest vocals of former band member Bobby Brown. Travis' self-titled debut album sold 2 million, achieving double platinum status. And I'm kind of wondering, I was going to say, were they about to break up? Because I remember the other song besides Sensitivity was for the Mo Money soundtrack, which is one of Damon Wayans' early movies. Travis' vocals was also featured on the songs and soundtracks for films like Money Can't Buy Love, and The Preacher Wife, Somebody Bigger Than You and I. He made a cameo appearance in the popular urban comedy House Party 2, which featured 2 singles for the film soundtrack, Rated R and Yo Baby Yo. Travis is a radio DJ on the base of Boston RBBCR 1410 AM. The show Inside Ride with Route Transport premiered Monday, September the 5th, 1916. On June 19, the New Time magazines listed Route drivers among the highlights who materials reportedly destroyed 2008 Universal Fire. Ooh. I was surprised, but I guess maybe I would have to go. Oh, I'm about to read the whole new edition thing because I was trying to click on, because I had a click you can do the head of state, but I just wanted to, because it doesn't go into if you didn't know the background, unless you read the new edition. But like I said, I just want to talk about Tresvant. Why am I getting his name wrong? But anyways, y'all, hugs us, God bless again. Hugs us, God bless again to my sister. Positive vibes. Like I said, leave a link to the description below. And like I said, after this, y'all, I'm just going to make real quick one that just talks about the event that's supposed to be on tonight that's going to be airing like on Fox, CBS, and all this, whatever. And there's another one supposed to come with Michelle Bach, whatever. Because due to the fact of Miss Quarantine, Miss Rona Cray, we can't, I keep saying we can't, because I graduated last year, thank God for the grace of God, because, heck, the place I graduated from, y'all, that's where they having where people with the Rona, that's supposed to be especially you, they turn that whole place into, a place, they're setting up, or already has set up for people, for that. So anyway, y'all, hugs and love, God bless, I will see y'all in the next one, and take care, y'all. Like I said, virtual hugs and loves. God bless. Happy birthday. If you already birthday, and happy birthday. But other people's who got a birthday today or over tomorrow. But anyway, y'all, take care.